This is the WP Week podcast, powered by Profile Press, 20i, and WP Job Openings. WordPress didn't slow down this week. From plugin disruptions to security concerns and new releases, there's plenty to unpack. Profile Press lets you sell subscriptions, digital downloads, courses, and restrict content with Stripe and PayPal integrations. Looking for better hosting? Upgrade to auto-scaling WordPress hosting from 20i for always-on, always-fast performance you'll fall in love with. See the difference and get your first month for only $1. And WP Job Openings is the easiest way to set up a professional career page and start accepting applications in just minutes. The WordPress ecosystem is dealing with a major plugin disruption this week, as more than 80 plugins from WPFactory have been temporarily closed on WordPress.org. The situation was first highlighted by Ben Word on X, following reports of a security issue tied to the EU VAT Validation Manager for WooCommerce plugin. The issue, reported by Camille, CEO of Ferber Enterprises, appears to stem from the EU VAT for WooCommerce Pro plugin distributed via WPFactory's official website. It includes a suspicious file that attempts to download an external resource upon activation. WPFactory has acknowledged the issue and is currently investigating while working on a fix, and a full list of affected plugins has also been shared publicly. On the core side, WordPress 7.0 now has a revised release date set for May 20, 2026. The delay comes as the project focuses on architectural improvements aimed at better stability and performance, along with continued work on the real-time collaboration feature. Jonathan DeRosiers has also introduced the RTC Test GitHub repository, giving hosting providers a way to run performance tests on RTC and submit results back to WordPress.org. Alongside this, efforts are ramping up to improve contributor onboarding through pathway guides and a good first issues board. Both designed to make it easier for new contributors to find clear entry points into the project ahead of WordCamp Europe 2026. Community contributions are also seeing momentum. At WordCamp Asia 2026 Contributor Day, the Photos team brought together 40 contributors, most of them new, resulting in dozens of uploads and reviews while helping participants learn submission standards through hands-on guidance. The Presence AP experimental feature plugin has also been introduced. It offers a system-wide awareness layer that shows who is logged in, which admin screens they're using, and what content they're editing. Birgit Polyhawk has published an updated roster of design tools across core blocks, covering changes from WordPress 6.1 through 7.0. Gutenberg 23.0 is out with an experimental revisions panel for templates, template parts, and patterns, along with improvements to the site editor's identity panel. In Nairobi, the WordPress community turned a meetup into a hands-on UI and UX workshop. The participants worked in groups to fix real design issues across pre-prepared websites, supported by organizers, and followed by presentations and discussions. Meanwhile, a retrospective on the WordCamp Asia 2026 community booth highlights how it enabled meaningful conversations around onboarding and community growth, while also noting challenges like visibility, staffing, and limited resources. The documentation team has closed over 200 issues as part of a broader cleanup effort, with nearly 800 issues triaged so far. But they're still calling for contributors to help tackle remaining work across areas like Help Hub and themes. Bluehost has also been announced as a 2026 global partner, joining Automatic Woo and Hostinger. On the AI front, the WordPress AI plugin version 0.8.0 introduces a Refine from Notes experiment, along with new dashboard widgets. However, the plugin review queue remains under pressure, with over 4,800 submissions still pending and most delays tied to awaiting author responses. Security remains a key concern, with the latest WordFence intelligence report disclosing 139 vulnerabilities across 116 plugins and 10 themes in a single week. WooCommerce is preparing improvements in version 10.8.0, including faster navigation through an expanded command palette. WooCommerce subscriptions 8.61 has already shipped a critical fix for a bug that may have caused significant revenue loss for stores. Automatic has also kicked off Radical Speed Month, encouraging small teams to rapidly build and ship projects outside normal structures, with several contributors already sharing progress publicly. Outside of WordPress itself, Google has updated its spam reporting documentation. It now clarifies that reports are not fully confidential and may include personally identifiable information shared with sites receiving manual actions. In community news, a new platform called WPFolks has launched, created by Ankit Panchal, aiming to bring together different parts of the WordPress ecosystem into a single space. It also dedicates 30% of its sponsorship revenue to a fund that helps community members attend WordPress events. In a separate incident, Austin Jinder has reported that a 27-year-old domain was transferred out of a GoDaddy account without proper documentation. It caused major disruption before eventually being restored after it landed in another user's account. Hostinger has introduced a new Node.js deployment platform with one-click GitHub deployments and flat pricing. They also shared new data showing that AI-assisted coding is now mainstream, with the majority of developers already using or planning to use AI tools. The GeneratePress 2026 community survey reveals strong satisfaction driven by performance and code quality. But users still report challenges around the learning curve and feature discovery. Brian Jackson has also secured the perfmatters.com domain after a decade-long effort. The ONAE domain names are now available via 20i, helping businesses better connect with the Irish market. On the product side, Nova Mira Pro has launched with advanced AI capabilities tailored for Elementor and Bricks. BitCRM is offering an early look at a WordPress-native CRM designed to manage leads, contacts, and deals directly inside WordPress. Studio Code has introduced a new SEO audit skill, and interested folks can try it out now. AutoKit now supports over 1,400 integrations, and Google for WooCommerce version 3.6 brings YouTube Shopping in as a direct sales channel. This allows merchants to tag products in videos and sync catalogs automatically. There are also multiple plugin and platform updates. FlyDuP has added new server controls and navigation improvements. Akismet has added compatibility with upcoming WordPress AI features. Bitflow's introduced MCP support and human approval workflows. SEO Press Insights 3.0 has been launched with improved analytics and performance. IOCO has added an AI-powered schema generator. RankMath has crossed the milestone of 4 million active installs, and FluentCart now supports one-click migration from easy digital downloads. A unique academic milestone is also underway, as Kenny James Kuravilla is developing what's described as a first-of-its-kind thesis on WordCamp participation, exploring motivations, barriers, and accessibility with support from WPFactory and ties to the WordPress credits program. At the same time, a new Spanish-language webinar series focused on WordPress and AI is kicking off. Ahmed Aouis has announced plans to open-source command code. A new local development environment called Lured is also emerging, offering a modern, rootless setup for PHP development across Linux and Mac OS. Rounding things out, a fireside chat featuring Hillary Mason and Jesse Friedman is set to take place on April 29 in New York, focusing on how AI is reshaping creativity and human-computer interaction. Finally, in new projects, there's a wave of tools expanding what's possible with WordPress, and each one is tackling a very specific problem space. Block Format Bridge, developed by Chris Huber, enables bidirectional conversion between HTML, blocks, and Markdown through a unified adapter API, making content portability far more flexible. TableKit from WPMET introduces a more advanced Gutenberg-based table builder designed to go beyond the limitations of the default table block with no-code customization and richer data handling. Greenskeeper by Tony Zioli focuses on maintenance, centralizing updates for WordPress core, plugins, and themes, while logging every action and generating client-ready maintenance reports. Siren Lite, released by Alex Standiford, brings a free version of Siren that allows users to run unlimited affiliate programs, track conversions, and access a full REST API. FeedWrite by Kazuto Takeshita allows users to create custom RSS, Atom, and XML feeds directly within the block editor, opening up more control over content distribution. Awesome WP AI, a project by Lax Mariapan, is a curated collection of AI plugins, tools, themes, and resources tailored for the WordPress ecosystem. Easy Product Media Linker simplifies WooCommerce workflows by allowing bulk media attachment to products via CSV import, complete with preview and undo options. Mute Menu Notifications by Tom McFarlane helps clean up the WordPress admin by muting notification badges in the menu, reducing visual clutter. WP Wireframe from Taylor Drayson provides a fast and standardized way to build WordPress settings pages using a simple PHP array structure. WP Desktop Mode, developed by Daniel Lopez and Rob Roy, transforms the WP admin experience into a desktop-style interface with draggable windows and a dock-like menu. Convatio Static Proxy by Tom Finelli and Tammy Lister allows developers to load fully external static sites directly into WordPress routes without modifying themes or core files. And finally, WP Docs Health Monitor, co-developed by Juan Margarito and Jonathan Bossinger, automatically checks WordPress developer documentation against source code, flagging outdated or inconsistent references and suggesting fixes. That wraps up this week's roundup, packed with releases, milestones, new tools, and plenty of movement across the ecosystem. Thanks for listening to the WP Week podcast, sponsored by Profile Press, 20i, and WP Job Openings. We'll catch you next week with more stories from the world of WordPress.